What's going on, my crew? This is Jay, and welcome to another episode of Jay's Adventures. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, you know what? Jay doesn't have a lot of time, and he's probably not done a single thing. You have no faith. You have no faith in me. Yeah. That's right, folks. I have done some work. I felt really proud. Sunday night, I did this. Built a little bit of the wall. I really like it. I'm going to show a little bit more in a second. But the main part of this that I want to talk about is this bridge. Boy, does it look freaking amazing. Just stand right here for a second. Take a look at this. This alone has become... Oh, God. I just got Dropbox. Apparently, whenever I hit print screen, that's going to come up. I'll have to fix that. This right here has become one of my favorite pictures ever. I love the look of it, the feel of it. Those red flowers in the background really do it. What I want to do, though... You see, we got all these saplings. One of the things I've started doing with this area around is you'll see I've got stumps, just like Terra Firmacraft for BOO. I think it's a great idea that isn't really utilized much, because you have to understand nowadays in modern society it's even still hard to take up a stump. It's not as easy as just chopping at the ground level and then covering it. Like, the stump's still there. So a lot of times what they would do with stumps, they just leave them there. You just leave stumps going anywhere. But what I wanted to do is right around these stumps, just place some of these and hope that they grow. Because each one tree, you'd probably have about 3 or 4 hanging around after that. And I think it'd be cool to kind of have, you know, stumps and then trees growing from the area where the stumps are at. These pigs. Oh, good. Lucky for them, because I was about to eat them. One of my next projects that I think is probably going to be another favorite bridge of mine is this bridge. The reason why I say that is because we're going to have a lot more of an arch ability going on. We're going to have to knock out this wall. Let's stop for a second and go take a look at the other one. Kind of a show and tell beginning to the episode, but I think it's good. And then we're going to sort of work out another build here in a little bit. But yeah, I love that wall. This wall is a very nice wall on this side, but is even better, in my opinion, on this side when you get this little effect right here. What I did is I knocked down this area right here, so we got a cliff, and I made it look specifically great. I made it look specifically man-made. And you might be asking yourself, well, Jay, they can come up here and then attack, but this will be blocked off. You see, it'd be very difficult. You see, it'd be very difficult for them to jump like this. I knew that. Don't make fun of me. I know what I'm doing. So yeah, we're gonna have the wall coming around here. The point is to make sure that things get kept out. We're gonna do the same thing right here. Is kind of chop down this level right here, because we're right near this guy right here. So should be alright. Kind of like an erosion sort of look. And then there's going to be a wall here that I apparently never put the proper things up. But this wall is going to be... I'm just thinking. I think a bridge right here would be fine. Maybe I'll move the bridge so it's right here. I think that's... Hello. That was weird. Frames drop. Okay, anyways. So let's go talk about this bridge, because this bridge is a very beautiful piece of art. And then I'll respond to what this is over here, though some of you might know about it already. So what I did here is I cut this open. So we've got a very nice, like, I don't even know how to describe it, but I love it. It's a clearly carved out, but almost looks not man-made. I'm going to get rid of this right here, because this doesn't really have a need, and it kind of just makes it look a little bit unrealistic. But we got the sheer cliff right here, but kind of look, yeah, it just looks like it's been shaped out, but not by man, you know? So I like it. I like it very much. Of course, you guys have seen this path, but what you're going to have, and this is my, I keep saying like everything's my favorite part. What you're going to have here, there's no way of you knowing, other than just knowledge, that there's a town over here. So it's going to have this beautiful effect of walking through, and then here it is. And then you're here. And I can't get enough of that. It's like one of my favorites feelings is walking through that part. So anyways, then we got this. This is the dock I was talking about, to kind of allow for there to be, you know, homes and stuff like that. This isn't actually, there's going to be some sort of transition point from here, up here. But this is where the houses are going to be, right up here. And in all of this, one thing I've realized that I started working on the walls and I didn't think about is, at this point, one of the things, we've kind of got our priorities wrong. And one of the things I want to do here is open the LAN up here and put myself in a creative mode. Now, only one person responded to my, not appeal, but my question of, should we do villagers spawning in, or should we turn them? So I decided that I would go ahead and spawn some in. So what we're going to do is we're going to come right here and do 1, 2, 3. Okay? Just 3 villagers. Nothing, I think I just threw dirt, or potentially destroyed dirt. Whoops. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So we got 3 villagers now here, and what we want to do now is we want to make some houses, get some doors up so they'll populate. But now we officially have a village. 1 second, guys. Okay, we're back. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go over and measure the bridge, and we're gonna go into a creative mode and hash out the bridge. This is gonna be really easy, actually, because this bridge just happens to be going to be the same style as the other one. So, oops, that's great. You just started placing blocks and you didn't count. Good job. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 blocks high. Ow. Okay, so let's go figure this out. Okay, so we know the general gist of what we want, and like that one. But what I want to do, since we have 8 high, let's just start right off the bat by going up 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's going to be sort of this main pillar right here is 8. And then we can go off from that by doing something like this. So we start off with 2, come out here with 2, and then 1. This is just a very basic arch looking thing. And what you get with an arch is you get like a half circle. And that would be right here. If we can imagine this. So this would be sort of the half circle, and that would be our arch. Now, this is a lot bigger than the other one, you'll notice. And what really, really sets the tone with the arch, by literally saying, hey, this is an arch, is actually having that double effect, because your eye naturally, when it looks for an arch, looks for this anti-arch, I guess you could call it, this V shape. So we want to put one on this side too. And so what we want here is we want to be able to, at the very least, try and represent this double arch effect here. Because now we got some arches. It almost looks like something jumped twice too. Like, oh, I have a soda and I didn't actually fully open it. Ooh, fizzy. Okay, so this is what we've got for a very basic thing. Now, going off from what we have here, we know that we're gonna have some cobblestone in there with some stairs, some of this and that. And so let's kind of play around with what we want. So the way I worked it last time is I went ahead and I doubled everything here, so that we've got a good template to work with, and then we kind of just build layers on top of that. So what we're gonna do is continue to build these layers, kind of look this way, okay, and figure out what we're doing. And we don't want to build too much of an exact copy here, but let's give that effect like this, but add just a little something extra. Let's put the spruce wood here. This is our original. Now we have this extra piece right up here that we need to kind of fill in. So what we want to do is let's look at some palettes and give that extra oomph feel to it. So what can we use to give that? We haven't utilized a lot of clay, but that's okay. I'm thinking potentially maybe granite. Let's try that. And I don't want to use wool, but I wouldn't mind just having a plain cobblestone and kind of let's mess around with some things. So this is where on this side we would normally have just this break right here. So the bridge, actually these pieces, let's throw those down just to kind of visualize this. These pieces are gonna be right up here, I believe. Yes. So where that staircase thing right here is gonna normally be, that's gonna be right up here. So we've still got, like I said, that one space where we need to kind of fill it in. And keep in mind, there's gonna be the half slabs here, right here. So we need to make sure that we find something that can kind of work with it. All right. So let's just try something very simple. Kind of do that. I'm really honestly inclined to do a little bit of wood right there. Let's add the layers in and kind of see how that looks, because right now we're a little tiny bit not biased, but on the, need to make sure that our things match up good. That's what I wanted to see. Alright, and then we add the stairs on top of that. There and there. Okay. Right? Right. Okay, so we need to do a little bit of work here, because what we've got going on here is, I think, a little bit too much color. So we could, oh, no, I don't want to switch out these. What we could do is get rid of these and instead place these blocks here. which gives it a very interesting look. And then maybe, see, that's very much more of a stone feel. And I'm inclined to add some wood to it because, well, let's talk fences then, because this will add a little bit of contrast to it. So these guys go up right here. And we can do one right here and one right here. That's not so bad. Not so bad at all. Kind of makes it look like the wood is helping hold up things. What I'd really like is to add mossy stone brick, but unfortunately there's no recipe for that. But this right here, we'll just add to it. I mean, look at that. That right there looks beautiful. I think I can make cracked. So that's a possibility of just kind of adding a little bit, because, you know, it breaks up the mundaneness of the bridge. Kind of makes it look like, even though the bridge is new, it kind of makes it look like it's not as structurally sound as everybody would think it would be. Let me quickly look up and see if maybe this is a real thing. Okay, so I just figured out not only is cracked stone brick possible, but so isn't mossy stone brick. Which mossy stone brick here, all it is for those of you that don't know, vine plus the brick. So we're gonna need to like cultivate some vines. But this right here, holy cow, such a small thing, but that little bit of green, bam, makes it look so much better. And I really want to use this because moss has nothing to do with the structural integrity, but what it is doing is adding that little bit of contrast. And we can still kind of add a little bit of the cracked in there, maybe one right here, kind of showing, hey, something Farouk said was that, why does it always do the same thing? It always gets dark and then decides, oh, you want a thunderstorm? Great, have a thunderstorm. Farouk said that, ooh. No, that's making it look kind of... Farouk said that one of the things that was wrong with this bridge is that it's kind of very stone, heavy bridge, and it's kind of built up by this one piece. So it would make sense that there would be some cracking right there, but I was just thinking, right here where these supports are, maybe these supports were put up because there was some cracking going on, and then what you could say is, oh, well, this side didn't have any, but they still wanted to put up these supports to make it look symmetrical. But that right there, the difference between this and this right here is just this detail. Just this little detail adds so much to the build. So I think this is what we're going to go with. I'll have to grow some vines, but it's definitely worth it. And what we can do off from this is I can kind of focus the bridge and all of that stuff, the town, really around this lapis. And eventually, one of the things I was thinking, we're in a mountain area, so one of the things I was thinking is later on, we can start to add some emerald blocks instead, when and if this area becomes more wealthy. So that is what it will end up looking like. Instead of the lapis, emerald. And then maybe that's what we can call it, is not Emerald Island, but I don't know. Think up a name. Help me think up a name. But that right there makes it look, I don't know, something about it just makes it pop out. Okay, so anyways, I still need to add the vegetation to our actual bridge, but I think this right here is definitely what we're going to go with. It's much higher, but same sort of style and idea, just with an extra layer on top of that. So we'll just go with that. But that's going to do it for today's episode, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. And continue to give me ideas. I know some of you guys have given me ideas in the past and have kind of said, oh, well, I can't do that right now. But just keep them coming. I mean, your ideas, if I don't necessarily use them right now, they may give me inspiration for later. So just keep that in mind. Oh, God, that tree. I want to forget that tree. Just keep that in mind for later. And until next time, happy mining and crafting.